Alright guys, quick little informational video here today. I spent some time, I had a pile of wood of rounds that I cut in preparation for yesterday's snowpocalypse here in St. Louis. We had, I don't know, around 4 or 5 inches I think. Last night I ended up going and plowing for a buddy of mine till around midnight with the skid steer, but before that I worked up all them rounds that I had pre-cut with the 30-30. It was roughly only 2.5 hours skid steer time. One of my favorite things to do when the weather's nasty is just be able to sit in the skid and get some work done still. I guess real quick today, while I'm over here, I came over to meet a customer of mine, grabbing a kindling bundle, and tossed him a free hat, sent him on his way. But in preparation for tomorrow, I went ahead and fired up the conveyor here and cleaned all the snow off of it and cleaned the bottom chute out so that it wouldn't be frozen on me tomorrow. But these old hay elevators can be really finicky when it comes to firewood. I know it's all over the Firewood pages. If you're on any of them, people hate them. They're more work than what they produce in firewood, more breakdowns and yada yada. Yes and no, in my opinion. They're a whole hell of a lot cheaper to get. They're fairly easy to find if you can find one. I got lucky and my partner more or less had this one here, and I got it from him pretty cheap. I've done a lot of upgrades to it as I've come to use it. One of the things being making sure you have enough of these slats. There was about half this many when I first started on it, and it allowed each side of the chain to just walk separately a little bit more, and it constantly threw itself out of time and would break the chain, snap the chain, or bind up, kill the engine, whatever the case would have been. It didn't work. That was one of the first things I did. One of the second things that was along with the third was for the same issue. Down here at the bottom where you're putting your firewood on, you have got to make sure that there's no gap down here. You want these riding flat. And from over the years of firewood use, this got a big old dent in it under here, and there was just nothing you could do to get her straightened out. You can kind of see how concaved in she is under there. I ended up just hiring a fab shop that was local to just plasma cut me out a whole new sheet here, and I welded it in. It comes all the way up to right there, and just put a whole bunch of bracing under here to connect this with the bottom so that it didn't just fold this as well. So now I'm double ply and I haven't had any issues. Keeping that straight keeps the, see if I can just find a piece here and kind of show you. All your smaller pieces, like yay, if you would have thrown that on there before, it would have sat so low in this valley that it would have went up there like that, and it would have rode all the way up, and when that came around the top, it wouldn't have dropped off. Which comes my second point, is I just call it the mouth. I don't know if the sun might be screwing you from that way or not. I'll go over here. I made that more of a big mouth Billy Bob Bass type style up there, and all I did was cut the whole bottom out and make a little extension down with some angle and open it up. That way when that thing comes around, it has a chance to just fall out before it just slams into the side, to the bottom side of the conveyor, and jam everything up. And that has helped tremendously, because every now and then you get one that just sticks on the chain or hangs up a little bit, and it does need that little bit of extra time just to go ahead and get off of there and fall out. keeping your chains lubed tight, your upper sprockets in good condition, it all plays a huge part. The other thing is I don't run the processor like you've seen directly onto the conveyor, or the splitter directly onto the conveyor, because you do get a whole lot of more slash, all the scraps and the bits and the pieces, and that's the kind of stuff that these conveyors don't like. All them pieces can get in this chain when it goes around the sprocket, throw it off down there, it hangs up, makes a loop down. Yeah, they're just issues. So if you can just spend a little bit more time, they'll work. With all this said, one of my next purchases, I hope, will be a Wolf Ridge FC32. I'd love to have one. I just can't afford it right now. It's not one of the things that I'm prioritizing on my equipment list. I try to put how do I word this? I try to put them in more of a how bad do I need it situation. There's a whole lot of other things that I would buy before that right now still. Either way, that's about it. Kind of a short, quick video here. Probably wrap it up by firing the 500 up. I got a really sharp chain on her right now. I'm pretty happy with my file job that I did. I'm gonna fire it up and make a few cuts on great big white oak that got dropped off by tree service 2 days ago. I got it moved over here and staged up. I mean, that's a 28-inch bar, and I mean, those things are gonna be every bit of the bar. Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a 30-incher there when you get over to them other ones, every bit of it. So, they're gonna make a lot of good firewood, that's for sure. We'll swap things over here, get a quick little video together, and get set up. Tomorrow I plan on putting the 28 Pro up here for a while and starting to work this pile down, get it out of the way. Don't start drying till you split it, guys. check out some chips. My grandpa always said you can make sawdust or you can make chips. And that's how I learned how to file a saw. 2x4s. That's what we like. Alright, I just got done blocking up all that white oak that the tree service brought in to me. Pretty good looking stuff. It's always a good thing when you get the free tree service wood. They bring you what you want. And you don't hit any nails when you cut it. That's premium. I always am cringing cutting tree service wood because it's just 9 times out of 10 it was a backyard tree and somewhere there's metal in it. But we got lucky, got through that one and didn't hit nothing. I'm gonna call this a day. I'm gonna go home. Got some friends coming over for dinner with the kid. I actually spent the morning playing with the family in the snow we got, so had a pretty solid day here. Do a quick pan around the lot. We got hickory pallets. I got a couple cherry pallets there too. Getting ready to go to Colorado. Got to do about another 12 of them, I think, to get a load. Processor just sitting waiting to get used. And pile of hickory. It's not even halfway through, so we're rolling. See you tomorrow.